What is up, fishing YouTube? Welcome to the Simple Fishing YouTube channel. Today I will be showing you how to make a simple, customizable, and functional fishing spinner on a budget. First, the tools we will need will be as follows. 2 pliers, one of them being needle-nosed, wire cutters, a file or sandpaper, a drill with various sized drill bits, optional tools to make the job easier or to enhance the action of the spinner are a ball peen hammer or just a regular hammer, a small diameter screwdriver, and a center punch. On to our material list, we will need the following: 2 paper clips, a bullet weight, 1 plastic bead, a penny or a dime, a hook, and an optional split ring. Now that we've gathered all of our tools and materials necessary, we are ready to start assembling and making our fishing spinner. So the first step being is that we just take one of our paper clips and we bend it straight. As straight as possible, right? It's a paper clip and it's not going to get it 100% straight, but get it as straight as possible. And then the next step is going to be to decide if you want to add a split ring or not. Now the benefits of a split ring is that you can change out your hooks to a single hook or a treble hook, or if your hook gets damaged, you can change it out easier, rather than having to cut it off like I've made in my other video, where I showed how to change your hook. If it gets damaged, you have to cut off the hook, but with a split ring it makes it a lot easier. So decide if you want to have a split ring or not, and then we'll go from there. So now that we've decided whether we're going to use a split ring or not, we're ready to start. For this one, I'm going to use a split ring, but if you were not going to use a split ring, you would make a bend. So you'd make a bend right here, leaving a little tag end left so you can wrap the wire around itself. But right now, if you weren't using a split ring later on, you would slide the hook on, and then you would make your twists. Now it doesn't have to be perfectly beautiful. I mean, you're making them yourself, so make them as good and perfect as you want, but for sakes of this YouTube video, I'm just going to do this for presentation purposes. But so I made at least 2 wraps right there, okay, and now we're ready to cut off that tag end. And before you cut it, make sure you just hold on to that tag end so it doesn't fly across the room into your wife's eye or mom's eye. So there we go, just toss that aside. Now we're sitting kind of flush. Might have to bend it down a little bit with our pliers. So here we are. Now we're ready to add that bullet weight. So now we're ready to add our bullet weight, but first I just took my file and I shaved off the top there just to try to make it flat, and so that bead can spin on it if it does. But so now we're ready. We're just going to feed it on the wire. Feed it on just like that. We're good now. And now we're ready for our bead. So now that we've threaded that bullet weight on, we're ready for our bead. And 1 bead's just necessary, just so that spinner, that blade can spin on top of it. But you can add as many beads as you want, just as long as you have 1. You are limited to the amount of space you have right here because it is a paper clip, but yeah, just add 1 bead or 3, however many you want. Be creative. There is no right answer, so just have fun with it. So we got our bead on there. Now it's time we get some more paper clip and we start making a horseshoe out of it, a little bend in it. So we get a little bend in it, enough like that. And then we're going to take our pliers, now that we have that bend in it, we're going to grab onto some of it right there, and then we're just going to bend both prongs up. just like that. And it should come out looking something like that, right there. Now that we've done that, we can take one of our very small drill bits, just barely bigger than the diameter of a paperclip. We're going to put it in there, and then that's going to give us just enough room that a paperclip can slide through it. And we're going to bend it the rest of the way down. I'll show you what it looks like. So I went ahead and I bent it the rest of the way off camera because it is pretty hard, but basically what I did is I just held this drill bit in there and I bent it down with some pliers. And so now it has that those two little holes that the paperclip can slide onto. Just like that, and then it will it's gonna hold our blade for us. But right now we can clip these tag ends off. And so just like that, we have our little horseshoe shape that can go onto our paperclip. Just like that, and it should free spin around there. Give it a flick or two, make sure it spins around good. And now we're ready to make our blade. So grab you a penny or a dime. So go into your mom's purse or your grandma's purse, or just find a penny or a dime, and then we're gonna start the process of making our blade. So I have a really shiny penny here. We're ready to start making our blade. You can go two ways about this. You can grab your ball peen hammer, or you can grab a regular hammer and just start flattening it. So basically you just grab that hammer and a hard surface. I did this one on concrete, and you start pounding it against the ground and it will flatten. But right now I'll go flatten this penny real quick and then I'll come back here. So here we are, we're back with our flattened penny. All right, okay, that's awesome. And so you see right here how this one's kind of an egg shape. So I made an egg shape. So basically what I did is I took my snips and I made a line, because you're not going to cut all the way through it. So you just squeeze as hard as possible. This already has a natural bowing shape to it, and so I'm just going to go with that shape. I'm going to take from this end because this end's fatter. So I'm just going to make make it an egg shape. That helps it spin. Now that we've done that, you kind of just keep working it. And then you can go back and forth and it'll eventually snap off. Just like that. There you go. There's that. And then you just want to match it on the other side, making it a kind of a bell shape. And then we're going to round off the edges with a file, and we're going to make it all look good. I just dropped it. So I'm just going to put it back and forth until it says sayonara. There we go. We got our basic bell shape. Now we're just going to round off those corners with the file. Just round them off. Alright, so here we are. I went around the whole entire thing. I didn't just do the corners, I did everywhere kind of, because it was kind of jagged, but now we got a good bell shape, good egg kind of looking shape. And now we're ready to drill a hole through it. So we're going to go at the top here, not too far down, but not too far up, because you know we want to have material there. But so I'm going to take a center punch and I'm going to just go ding the top right there. Got our horseshoe here, and so the determination of our hole is we need to slip this horseshoe through that hole. And so we just need to grab a bit that's big enough for that hole. Might be a little smaller. We're gonna try this. We're gonna try 1/8. After all that, we got that hole drilled. Now we're awesome. Not centered, but yeah, it's okay. It'll just spin one way. That's fine. No worries about that. But it's got a burr on the back of it, so I'm gonna file that off, and then we'll be good to put it on our little horseshoe piece, and we'll put it on. All right, so I followed that up. Now we're good to put her on. Check to see if she fits. Fits on nicely. That's perfect. This is exactly what you want. Now we're good to put her on our wire or paperclip. Oh, let's see. Just a little hiccup. We're good. We're good. We're starting to look like a spinner, boys. That's awesome. All right, good deal. Now what's next? Well, it's up to you, because you can put another bead, you can put 5 beads, you can do whatever you want with it, or you can just simply finish it off right here. Myself, I think I'm gonna put another bead on. I think I'm gonna put another big bead on too. Make it a big old spinner. Have some color to it. Put it on. Bam. We're looking good. It's a good spinner right there. Now I'm just gonna finish it off. And basically how you finish it off is take your needle nose pliers, if I can find where they were. Take your needle nose pliers and about a 1/4 inch up from your whatever you have last on here. You're just gonna give it a simple bend. Start your bend off. You can finish it with the screwdriver. Bam, go to the side with it. I probably went too far up, but that's all right. A little too much room there, but that's all right. Now I'm just gonna wrap it around. Now, not exactly pretty, but I'm doing it on the camera, so I think I did pretty good for what it is. Now we're just gonna cut that tag in. We're basically Gucci. Besides that split ring, I'm gonna put that split ring on and then a hook. We're good. All right, so here we are at our end masterpiece. I forgot to mention that you can bend your penny or dime. You don't even have to flatten your penny or dime. It's optional, but it does take a while longer to either cut the sides off or file them down. So that's why I like to flatten the penny or dime, and it gives it more surface area, and it's not as heavy, so it gives it a little more action. It spins faster. But with one that isn't flattened, it's kind of a more slow action. Either work, but yeah, you can bend this one. I might bend this one a little more. I just left it flattened and how it was, but now that I'm looking at it, I kind of want more bend in it, so I'm gonna bend it. Anyway, I flattened that boy out and I bent it now with the pliers, and basically you just get both pliers and you kind of just bend it in the middle, and then you can go around the outside and make it look good, kind of bowl it up on the edge, and just lays real nice on those beads and spin real nice too. So I'm pretty pleased with that. Exactly what I was saying before, you can make them however you want. Like, this is just a guide, kind of telling you how to do the basics of it, but get creative with it. Well guys, there you have it. An easy, fun, budget-friendly, and effective way to make some fishing spinners. Arguably one of the most species-versatile fishing lures you can throw in a body of water. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, enjoyed it, or found it entertaining in any way, smash that subscribe and like button for me to show your appreciation. If you like this content of me making fishing baits on a budget, go into the comments and tell me what I should make or do next. I appreciate you for making it all the way to the end of the video. Now get out there, go fish, go have fun. Simple Fisher out. See you guys.